Hello, everybody, and welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Here we go, baby.
And this is show number 37. Adam, the Dawgs are 6-0.
Yes, sir. Halfway point, Clark, getting in that mid-October range, baby. I'm fired up. It's going to be a high-energy show we're going to bring to the people today because it's a great time to be a Georgia Bulldog, as always, man. A lot of good stuff to talk about, a lot of exciting things to talk about the future. Everything is great. The good Lord has smiled down upon us again, Clark, and here we go.
Here we go.
Another big SEC game this week.
Yeah.
Going into the bye week, baby.
Yes, sir. We are bowl eligible, Adam.
Awesome.
What bowl do you want to go to this year?
Clark. You know, the bowl game I want to go to this year is the Peach Bowl.
Yeah.
I want to go to the Peach Bowl because that means we will be the number one seed going into the college football playoff semifinal games and go to Atlanta, and then we get to go to that monstrous stadium out in Los Angeles for the national championship, and that thing looks like a spaceship.
It does, yeah.
It looks like a spaceship. I saw a picture of that stadium from like an aerial view, and it looks like a giant, I don't know, just spaceship type erector set thing that's just out of this world. So I'd love to see it. Love to see the Dogs play in there, man. So that's what I hope for in the postseason. What about you?
Adam, I wouldn't mind the Fiesta Bowl. Go out to Phoenix. It would be a very expensive trip, and then turn around the next week and go to L.A.
That's not doable.
That's
just not doable in today's world where we're at financially. But hey, we'll dream big anyway, brother. I love it. I love it.
Yep. Well, bowl eligible, Adam, and we're marching on throughout this season. The Dogs are once again 6-0. That makes us, Adam. That makes us 24-1 in the past 25 games.
Oh, man.
Think about that.
You, man, that's domination. Hey, if you want to think about, just a few years back and look at that, and then somebody tell you that record in the span of a quarter of a century games that you've been playing 25 there, and just lose one out of them, and then actually get redemption for that one loss, man, that's exciting. I'm telling you. Big time, Clark. Big time where this program is. It is the glory years, man, and we are bathing in it. We are soaking in it. We are enjoying every single moment we get to watch this team tee it up, baby, because this team's in the hunt, and they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere, Clark.
It's really interesting. The narrative has changed and shifted so much this season, and we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about this past week, the Auburn game, the Deep South's oldest rivalry. The Dogs ended up winning this
Deep
football
South's
game.
Most dominating game ever.
I like it.
Boom, baby.
Most lopsided rivalry.
Most lopsided rivalry ever. Right now it is. Shoot, man.
Oh, yeah.
Since the turn of the century. Whoo, man. Been good.
We're going to talk about that game offensively, defensively, special teams, and then we're previewing the Georgia versus Vanderbilt game. We've got some keys to the game. First play from offensive scrimmage, last week's pick'em, this week's pick'em, and a game of the week.
All right, Carl.
So we got a big episode coming for y'all. Let's start with this past Saturday.
Dive into it, baby.
It was a great day. Beautiful day in Sanford Stadium.
Man.
Very nice and sunny.
Yes, it was, Clark. Yes, it was. One of them days you just looked up in the sky and it was like there was just a blank canvas. Good Lord, just painted on, man.
Yes.
Just had a different just pastel of colors.
Ooh,
that
good
he
word.
just had and just drew it up just perfectly. It was a beautiful day. I just enjoyed myself every second of it. Just the finer things, Clark. We talk about the finer things in life and indulging in just the simple things, man. Finding happiness in the simple things. That's what we did Saturday from when me and you struck out there early Saturday morning on into the night when we got done beating the mess out of all.
Yeah.
Seeing them Georgia boys whoop up on them, baby.
Yeah. It was a great
time.
It was a great day of tailgating, too, Adam. We got to see a lot of people from all over the state of Georgia.
Yes.
And shout out to Alan Burton and Jess McNeil. And we just met a lot of new people this game day. So
it was a good time, man. All about the fellowship and camaraderie you build with friends, family. These tailgates, man, that's what's special about college football in the Southeast. And what we love about it is being able to have that camaraderie and that fellowship, whether you're at home watching it in a living room full of people or underneath the tent, the tailgate, man. It's just a good time. It brings people together, and that's why we're so passionate about it.
Yes, 100%.
Good time, baby.
Oh, yeah. Not a cloud in the sky. Adam, going back to the word pastel and talking about the blank canvas of the sky. The sky was very blue. How would you what color blue did God use?
Yeah, it was a mixture of baby blue.
Okay.
Baby blue and
periwinkle, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so. I'd call that a good mixture of it, I would say.
All right.
Baby blue is probably my favorite blue.
Really? Okay.
Because of the George Strait song. That's my favorite George Strait song is Baby Blue. So every time I hear somebody say Baby Blue, I hear George Strait in my head.
Oh,
Baby blue was the color of her eyes. Baby blue like the Colorado skies. I love it. I mean, that one hits you. Anyway, I'm sorry we went off the tracks there, but that's my favorite Strait tune.
Adam, don't give up your day job to be a singer. No, I'm just kidding. You got a great voice.
Thank you.
You got a good, like, deep voice.
I enjoy just breaking out in a tune. I'm not afraid to do it. I know that I don't, but I mean, as they say, make a joyful noise, man. That's what I do each and every day. Every day.
Oh yeah.
So.
All right. Weekly concession stands report. Adam, I was not very impressed this weekend. Did you even get anything from the concession?
I got some hot dogs from you.
You did?
I overindulged myself at the tailgate, Clark. I had a vast array of desserts.
Okay.
And I ate a bunch of them that your mother fixed and everything. And then I ate a lot of barbecue. I ate some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. I ate a couple bags of chips. Like before a game, and I'm in a tailgate environment and hours leading up to the game, one of like my nerve things is to eat. I just go eat. So I eat. I graze. Ooh. I graze. Just like cattle in a pasture. I just graze all day. Just go back and get something. Go have a conversation, and then when I'm walking back, go get something again. So after a while of several hours of grazing, not one just full sit down meal, but just some grazing periods throughout the day, I'm full. Like I am bloated to the extreme, man. So anyway, therefore this particular game, but I did get a handful of your popcorn, Clark, and I wasn't impressed again.
No, it was very stale. It's almost like it had been sitting out for weeks. It was not very good.
Well, you'll have that. You'll have that, man. And but yeah, I mean, it was a big day for the concession stand crews around Sanford Stadium, man. Service great, great. I did get a drink and everything. Okay. Didn't get anything to eat, but did get a drink. And how they got that textbook, how they get people in and out right there, man. Like the old assembly line, Clark. Everybody's got a job to do, and they do it. And and how we have incorporated the assembly line into modern day concession stand has really sped up the pace of getting people in and out. And I really like that, especially in a large venue where there's a lot of people. So, it's amazing what Henry Ford created for the car manufacturers back in the day, that now we see that modern invention of the assembly line put to so good use in collegiate stadiums, getting concession stands out, man. So if everybody has their job and they do it right, it's a well-oiled machine, man, and you move and you get stuff done.
You get back to the game.
Anyway, exactly. So I mean, that's kind of going to be my comment on the concessions today is the service and how good people are at what they do in their job, and every piece of the puzzle is important, and everybody knows that. So that was good on them. Good on them.
Adam, I've got a pro tip for anybody going to Sanford Stadium this year. Listen, this is a good tip. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
People need to stick around for the full game. For one, you want to support your team, but the second reason is
bang for your buck.
Right. The second reason you want to watch those last few seconds tick off the clock is so that you can go around and start collecting the holographic cups.
Yeah, the souvenir cups, man. I mean, that's about a $7 value. You just go around and you collect them, and everybody's got a washing machine. If not, you got hand soap and a towel.
A washing machine?
A dishwasher.
You throw dishes in washing machine?
A dishwasher. Everybody's got a dishwasher. Everybody's got a dishwasher. And if you don't have a dishwasher, you got a soap and a brush and a towel.
If you don't have that, you've got a creep.
You can clean out the germs from that. Yeah. And I mean, you're good to go, man. So everybody needs to take advantage of getting a souvenir cup. And if you don't want to pay for one, man, like you said, Clark, you can find them hidden gems underneath the bleachers as you go along in the Sanford Stadium after the game. So you did that yesterday, and got a good collection.
I saw a kid with a stack of probably 30 holographic national championship cups.
He's a hustler. He's going to put that on eBay later on at night and get
$10 a pop.
Hey,
oh, man.
Smart.
Adam, that may be what we need to do in order to fly out to Fiesta Bowl and whatnot this year, because it's going to be an expensive postseason, I'm afraid. Hey, one more thing. This is really unique, and this is something I wanted to kind of bring to Row 60.
Okay.
All right. So Adam and I, we were sitting at the tailgate yesterday, people. And it's unbelievable what happened. We started just talking about where certain universities, where certain colleges were.
Yes, tailgate
were located and what cities they were located in. And so I started naming off some of these colleges, and Adam has this unbelievable, uncanny ability to name the location of these colleges and universities. Yes, I'm putting you on the spot, Adam.
I don't know. Oh, you're gonna get me now. I mean, I didn't have no pressure. I didn't have a microphone in front of my face. Well, we were doing that. Yes,
the pressure's on. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how good you are at this. I have four. I have four colleges.
All right,
and I want you to tell me the location. Give me the city or maybe even the county.
Right. I understand.
You ready?
I understand. All right, give it to me.
All right, Illinois.
Illinois is in Champaign, Illinois.
That is correct. All right, 1 of 1. Boom. There you go. They're on a roll already.
Boom.
All right, the second one, BYU.
BYU's in Provo, Utah.
Dang, that's 2.
Yeah. That's right. That's
2 of 2. Right. Yeah, Provo. Correct. Number 3, Arizona.
Tucson.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that right? Yeah.
I thought it was Tuscan.
Arizona State's in Tempe.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
See what I mean, people? Do you see? This is crazy. And by the way, I'm covering my screen. Adam does not know. He had no prep for this. So
that's right. We wouldn't cheat even if we did.
That's true. All right. And the fourth one. And I tried to pick teams that were outside the SEC.
Right.
Texas Tech.
Ooh, Texas in Lubbock, Texas.
Dang. 4 of 4. Boom. Unbelievable.
Boom, batting 1,000, man. One of them just them talents that I have that you can't get any money at or anything. Yeah. One of them things that you're not going to make money knowing, but just one of them useless information that I have in the old noggin. And my wife is probably thinking, she's here at the recording, like, how in the world does he know that? But he can't remember to put his clothes in the wash or a dirty dish up or something or start the dishwasher, one of them deals, But hey, that's just how it is. But anywho, Carter, I will say this. I got one more thing to add before we get to the game about the pregame atmosphere and everything.
Sure.
The tailgate went really smooth, man. We asked last season about a generator. We got old Sam's Club generator, the EU 2500i, I believe it is, kind of a remake, a replica of the Honda, so to speak. And it purred, baby. One crank and she fired up. Was really good on gas consumption throughout the day. I was really proud of her. I went and checked on her because we set her up in front of the truck all day, and she just kept rolling and doing good, man. So that means you do not have to have a $2,500, $2,700 Honda generator to tailgate like a pro, man. You can just go to the Sam's Club and get about a $400 EU. I think it's EU 2500, whatever it's called. And you roll. And I tell you what, too, hey, forget freaking streaming things online, man, with your cell phone, like the YouTube apps or whatever. You don't want to watch the play and it take 2 minutes, to stream to catch up to what people are watching on satellite. And don't go get some fancy globe from Dish for like the Gameday package. Get the reliable Dish, man. And you don't need no compass or anything, any coordinates to line it up. You go out there and you got one guy in front of the TV and you got one guy with the dish and you position that dish and you just keep it going and you get good communication back and forth with each other on what you're seeing on the screen, and then all of a sudden, bam, you get it, and then you're rocking and rolling. It's reliable, the old way of it. Don't get too fancy with it, man.
That sounds like that sounds like something that happened in your life, Adam.
Yes, that's what we did. We did yesterday. So I'm telling you. So I mean, a good classic dish, man. You can't beat this. So anyway, that is my tailgating tip of the show right there.
Adam,
tailgating tip.
That may be a new segment.
Do not try to go get fancy globes and stuff you're doing satellite or try to stream off your YouTube account. Nobody cares about that. Just get the old classic satellite and set it up. Be proud that you have it. And all you got to do is just tilt it and turn it and you get communication right there. You got it. Anyway, there we go. That's what I wanted to say about that.
Adam, that is going to be a new segment. Tailgate tip of the week.
Tailgate tip of the week.
Boom. All right, let's talk some ball. Fun facts, Adam. Baby. And this comes from CBS. I did not come up with this.
Sucks.
Yeah, well
I like to drive my truck. Yeah. That was Squidbillies.
Yeah, Squidbillies.
That's a good one.
That is. If you've never seen that, look up Squidbillies, UGA, Auburn, something. I don't know. This fact comes from CBS. Robbie Ashford, Auburn's quarterback, became the first Auburn quarterback to throw a touchdown pass at Sanford Stadium since Chris Todd threw a 31 touchdown to Terrell Zachary in the first quarter of Auburn's 31-24 loss in 2009.
What?
So 2009 till now, there's not been a single touchdown pass thrown by an Auburn quarterback.
Dang, I did not realize that.
I mean, according to CBS.
Yeah, I mean, because there was a lot of times there, man, they only got 7 points. Right. I think like 11 and 14, and then, in 2016, Dang, and then 18 they didn't. It was all rushing touchdowns they accumulated.
I reckon.
Dang, well, that is a great fact because I had no clue.
Yeah.
That is amazing, man. So you mean to tell me that was the first time? That was really a fluke play,
It was.
too. That happened late in the game right there. Bad tackling by the guys that were in there at that time on D. But, hey, that's an awesome stat, man. That is the definition of domination right there from our guys. That's awesome.
Somebody fact check me on that because
Hey,
you
man,
got me worried.
Clark, just roll with it. I mean, I don't know. I just can't. It's just hard to believe,
facts
man, in all these
optional.
games. But that's right. That sounds good. Roll on with it. Let the people know about it. I love it.
Auburn has not scored more than 17 points against any Power 5 opponent this season. That's atrocious.
Wow. I mean, it's pitiful. Looking at their offense, it was really bad. But a lot of problems on the Plains, man. Brian Harsin is a guy that I really don't think I've really hated Auburn coaches in the past.
Yeah.
I can't really hate Brian Harsin because I really feel bad for him. Because really the corrupt system at Auburn, that is the board of the Bobby Louders and the Yellowwood lumber guy who dresses up in the yellow suit and rides a horse on commercials, all that crap. They control the culture, and that culture is a very cult-like, just toxic culture that's in Opelika, Alabama, on the Plains over there. A lot of little brother syndrome by a couple teams that they have over there. So they hated Brian Harsin from day one and really tried to disrupt his family, Clark, if we're being honest with some of the rumors that went on over there. And I just don't think he's really got a fair shake at it, man. I really don't think he's got I mean, he's a dead man walking. He won't be back next year. And no, he wasn't a great fit over there. But, I mean, it's been some day one. He has not had 100%, but the Auburn. And, they're supposed to be family over there. They even spell it. They even add another vowel onto the family. I mean, that's how much they love family, whatever Auburn family is over there. When they spell it, they spell it Faumiley,
Yeah. So, Adam, I think you may have said EY.
No, I said LY. I said LY.
Okay.
I-L-Y. Yeah, dang right. Anyway. Go on.
That might be.
So I feel bad.
That sounds like Brian Kelly spelling family.
Yeah, but
family.
But anyway, I mean, that's just how the culture is over there, man. They're going to run them off, and then they're going to try to go get somebody else, and it's going to be split. So I don't know, man, but still, nonetheless, he's got a bad product on the football field, and glad to see what our boys did yesterday. It
makes you wonder, is Brian Harsin a double agent? Like, is somebody sending him to be bad at all?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But just a West Coast guy, bad fit. The fired the AD who hired him, and I don't know, but I love it. I love seeing Auburn struggle. They deserve it. We've talked about they've sold their souls, and this is what
consequences.
The consequences are right now. So I love it. Can't get enough of it. Feed me more every year, man. Just domination.
All right,
domination.
We're officially halfway through the season, so let's just take a moment to pause right quick before we break down this Auburn game.
It's hard to believe.
What's the narrative of this Georgia team as it stands today?
Right. I think what we kind of thought they would be going into the season before they played against Oregon, Clark, that we thought it was going to be a very young football team, a very talented football team, Clark, and ones that we really thought that would be pretty solid on defense and really, really good on offense from some of the pieces we had coming back. And right now, Clark, I mean, I don't know what you think. I will say the area I think halfway point that has exceeded my expectations has been inside linebacker play. And we'll get to this on the defense side of the football, but Jamon Dumas-Johnson has been a guy who stepped up, and you could tell trying to take a leadership role right there, kind of getting in the Kobe Dean type a little bit, the quarterback of the defense that you have at that inside linebacker position, and also the guys who have rotated on the other side of him, the Smile Mondens, who's hurt right now, has been solid up to the halfway point. Didn't play Saturday, but you had guys like Tresman Marshall and Xavier Story and Ryan Davis is a guy I want to talk about who had a good day Saturday and some press. So what has exceeded my expectations so far has been inside linebacker play, Clark.
Yeah, I think this Georgia team, we've been on this kind of roller coaster ride. It started off, man, this team is unstoppable offensively, defensively, young, but really, really good, still talented. To the past few weeks has been what's going on, what's happening. Have we regressed offensively? What's going on with Stetson? He's not making the passes he was the first 3 games. To now, once again, I think it's back to normal.
Yeah.
And that's just the way some of these seasons work. I mean, and look, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Stetson hate and Monken hate.
Exactly.
The dog vent. Stupid. The dog vent, for anybody who's not on the dog vent, it is a forum, online forum where you can go and vent. And it has been just chaos the past few weeks. And I was looking through it during the game, Adam, and people are losing their minds because we're not scoring on every single drive.
Yeah.
And I have a news flash to those people. We're not going to. And it's very unrealistic to expect our offense to score every single drive.
No, I agree, Clark. One thing, too, is we're very blessed where we're at right now. And like you said about that on every Georgia message board, all the fan base, we've gotten so spoiled and entitled as a fan base, just like people in real life now today has gotten entitled. But that's a very different podcast and a different topic on another day. But, I mean, that's kind of how we're at with it. And looking back at where this season has been, this is a good football team, Clark. This is a football team that I think realistically 3, but you could argue about 5, maybe 6 teams that realistically at this point in the season, at the halfway point, can win the national championship. And Georgia's in that upper echelon of them. And people are like, "Well, this team's not like it was last year." There's not a team in college football that was like the 2021 Georgia Bulldogs this year. This year, there is not. I don't think you can say one team is very elite. I think there's a couple, 2 or 3 teams that have the potential to be, but everybody's got to work, man. Everybody's got to work. Everybody's got to get healthy. And I think you're in Columbus, Ohio, and in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Clemson, South Carolina. There's fans that think, "Oh, we got to get better at this if we're going to beat so and so." And same thing with us. But there's places you got to get better. But that's why you have, I mean, this maturity that's going to happen in the back half of the season, Clark. And you already see it. You saw it Saturday with a lot of young guys too, man. And it's one of these deals too that guys are just going to get in sync, man, and this team's just so banged up, Clark. It is I think the bye week, if we're fortunate enough to get out of Saturday with really no major injuries against Vanderbilt, I hope we really jump on them early and get these guys some rest, man. Get them out of the game. Give them a couple weeks to get a very healthy team going into Jacksonville, man. And for the slate of the season that we've been talking about, that's going to really define this football team, Clark. And I think we need that desperately. We need to heal. We need to get some guys 100%. A lot of guys I think that we don't hear as just fans that's not in the arena.
Yeah,
you know, that we're not in the bubble. We're not in the bubble of the football program. On the outside looking in, that we don't even know what they're dealing with and playing with, man. So I think that's going to be a big thing, is to get guys healthy and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
But all the potential and excitement in the world to make another national championship run,
still there.
Yeah, it's still there. But obviously, you just got to keep getting better every week.
This was profound. Coach Jeff Davis, shout out to him. Good family friend of ours. He said, in the first half of a football game, you see who's ready to play. In the second half, you see who has the best team. That's right. I think that's been the case, at least for the past, you could argue, past 3 weeks of football against Kent State, Missouri, and Auburn. All 3 of those teams, I think, were all ready to play against Georgia. They gave Georgia their best shot, but ultimately, we've won these 3 games.
That's right.
And we're the better team.
That's right.
You know? Football is a 4-quarter game. And, it's hard to watch a football game and not complain, and especially when you've had this kind of success and we've set the bar really, really high with Kirby. It's hard not to get upset and wonder what's going on. But pointing fingers when you don't really know your football is not the answer. And I'm guilty of that too. I mean, there are things I say on game days, and I'll scratch my head and I wonder what in the world is happening. But we've said this time and time again on this show, just leave it up to the coaches. They know what they're doing. Clark. And they know, it's not like they don't want to win a football game and do the very best.
That's right.
So
that's right. Anyway, I love it, Clark. That's good, man. We get accused of being delusional dogs, like glass half full dogs.
Disney dogs.
But to me, it's the truth. To me, it's the truth, man. And it is. We're at a very exciting point. And obviously, to win the national championship, this team has to get better than they are now. We're not saying that.
True.
But if you look at the overall just spectrum of college football and other teams right now, too, Georgia's right in the hunt of it, and they have the potential to keep getting better, and it's just going to get exciting. This season's going to get more and more exciting, folks. Every week is going to get more and more exciting, and that's why we love it. That is why we're sitting here doing this podcast, is that's kind of adrenaline rush that we love, is to see what can happen every Saturday that the Dogs tee it off. So, you want to talk about a little offense?
Let's do it.
Let's talk about a little offense. I got some good stuff about the offense, I like to say. I want to see you, Clark, you do a dang good job getting these notes type up, man. Good pre-show prep and everything.
Okay, well, we'll start with this.
You go ahead. Yeah, I don't want to steal that spotlight.
No. Oh, it's fine. All right, here we go. Slow start for the offense. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I
think we could all agree on that. And it makes you wonder, is Stetson playing hurt?
I thought that in the first half. I was like, man, he looks like he's got some shoulder stuff. And I thought, like, at Missouri last week and then this week, I know either the ball can be wet, even though it wasn't raining, or you cannot grab the laces right or something, and you have a weird pass. But it looked like he had 2 throws in back-to-back weeks where I don't know. He wasn't hit or anything, but he released the ball awkwardly, and it came out awkwardly. And I was like, well, and it might just be a coincidence, Clark, that both times he did that, he didn't have a good grip on the football or something, or you hesitate to throw something like last second before your arm, goes forward, and that's what happens, and it sails higher. You get that type of pass. Or is it that there's a pain that could hit there, and that pain causes a little bit of disruption in your throw motion, and that happens. I think so, man. I mean, there were some times where he wasn't as accurate as we've seen him. Definitely hitting receivers in stride. Talking to old Jack Goss, DGD, and Richard that sit in front of us. He made a good point. Stetson was precise on that. I'm going to call it a spot route, Clark.
Yeah.
Where he knows a position on the field where a route's breaking, like an outside post or anything, a corner route, something like that, where he can put the ball on the spot right there. But as far as hitting receivers in stride yesterday, you really didn't see that on the deep ball to Brock Bowers, the deep ball to Ladd McConkey. He didn't have enough air on it, and
too much
air on it. There's a lot of zip on it. He didn't, have any touch on some of them deep throws, man, and some passes were behind some receivers, and one, hit, and it wasn't like we've seen with him. And I kind of thought, well, yeah, there might be some arm speculation of some. I don't think it's enough to say that this is why the offense is.
No.
But I think it could be some agitation.
Sure.
There's a little agitation. Now, I don't think, and he's not going to come out and say, oh, I'm injured, that's why. But second half, man, he comes out great. Great quarterback scramble right there, and he looked good diving in there and, sacrificing his body like that, getting to the end zone. But I think he kind of got a groove there, and when he's accurate, man, he's deadly. He's deadly, and I think that's just something he had to kind of work through to get to. But there could be, Clark. That's a good point. I think there really could be, and I don't know. Obviously, neither of us know. We wouldn't be in a position to know. But I think there might be a little bit of shoulder agitation that is kind of hurting him. That could be affecting some throws. Not enough to, but there.
500 total yards offensively. Adam, we had 6 rushing touchdowns, no passing touchdowns. I think that is the 3rd straight game.
That is. That's wow.
That's crazy.
Who would have thought that when we were in Columbia, South Carolina?
But one from Stetson, 3 from Dejon Edwards, 1 from Kenny Mack, and 1 from Branson Robinson.
Nice.
So a lot of people touched the ball and got into the end zone. But once again, no passing touchdowns, no worries. We ran the ball very effectively, Adam. That's something that we said we had to do better. And especially when you're going to go play a team like Tennessee and Florida, you got to be able to run the football.
That's right, man.
And slow down the game. So shout out to the offensive line too. And I know I'm throwing a lot of categories all into one, but shout out to the offensive line. They did so much better blocking this game. Much improved. I think they had a good week of practice. I say that like I know, like I was there in practice. But they had to have practiced better.
I think they did good. It was a good matchup. Auburn's front they got a good push all day on Auburn's front, and really opened up some holes for these guys, man. And I think you got Dejon Edwards. Golly, I mean, high motor guy. I love a high motor guy. Somebody who just got a lot of energy out in the field. You can feed off that, man. I loved watching the runs now that you break you get in the second level, sometimes third level, and there's a pile up, and then you see them guys hustling. 11 hats on offense getting to the football to push the pile a few more yards. That gets the stadium fired up, and it could demoralize the defense when you start shredding them like that. But it's a couple guys that ran hard, Clark. Seeing Kendall Milton banged up, I hate that, man. A groin injury, just poor guy, can't stay healthy. But hey, before he got injured, he busted off a couple good runs, man. Yeah. And I'm excited to see Kendall Milton 100%. And I pray we get to see that someday for his sake. A very talented back. But for right now, man, you got Kenny McIntosh, the guy who can get out of the backfield. We talk about him plenty of his playmaking abilities on the perimeter if you get the ball outside to him, man. And pretty good when you hand the ball off between the tackles. But Dejon Edwards, the guy, Wade Jr., really running good with the football, man. Really hard runner, really hard to bring down. And Branson Robinson, Clark, I mean, you hate to put it on the kid, but it's eerie similar to a certain back a few years back we saw running in Sanford Stadium.
Did he wear the number 27 and have a breakout game against Clemson in 2014, his freshman year?
Yes, he did, Clark. I mean, the running styles and similarities, you can't help but say that. I mean, everybody's talking about that, and I think he's going to be special, and I think this was going to be the game that we kind of saw him, and I think expect him to work his way into some more carries each game, man, and during pivotal times of the game. And,
believe it or not, he was our leading rusher, 12 carries for 98 yards. It's good.
Awesome, man.
It's good in the SEC.
Awesome. I mean, the running game really did well. The passing game, there were some guys open, some throws that just weren't on target there. I think there was like a tunnel screen to Brock Bowers that looked like it would have been open for some yardage, a little bit high. Just some of that, but all in all, when it mattered and we had to get it done, Stetson got it done. This offense got it done. I really like some of the play calling, kind of the jet sweeps to some running backs, to some receivers, and getting back into that perimeter game that we talked about, Clark, getting outside in the perimeter and getting some yards that way too. And we're able to run it between the tackles. So very encouraging going forward. I'm excited to get A.D. Mitchell back. He played a few snaps, but nothing really as far as going downfield, stretch the field, catching the football. I think he's actually got a thumb injury, and his ankle that initially had him out is a little bit better now. So he's good now. So I think when you get guys like A.D. and Arian Smith back fully healthy, I'm excited to see, but I will say, Clark, I think a receiver needs to step up and be the guy that that wants the ball and be a playmaker, man. I think that's what we're really going to need going into the second half of the season, and it might be getting these guys healthy, but I think in order to this offense to get where it needs to be at, there needs to be not only a receiver. Yes, I understand the tight ends, but there needs to be somebody outside on the perimeter that Monken can trust and that Stetson can trust to really stretch the field and really open up some stuff in the middle of the field, on the outside and the flats for these tight end slot guys. And I think it'll make the offense click a little bit more. And I think it opens up the playbook a little bit when you have that you could trust. And I get to me. I mean, I think so. I think A.D. Mitchell is that guy. And I think we're going to see. I'm just excited, Clark. Again, it's not an excuse, man, but I guess it is. But with my red and black glasses, I just kind of think that this team is just very banged up right now, and I'm excited to see if we're fortunate enough to get everybody back pretty healthy. You know, I know you're never 100% in the middle of a season, but at a pretty good spot, then see where we go from there. But I think shoot, man, anytime you beat Auburn by 30 plus points,
you can't complain.
And what they did in the second half, and especially the fourth quarter, the offense I think found its rhythm. To me, it was the first time we saw a lot of good rhythm in the offense since South Carolina game, Clark.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Would you say that in that second half, late third quarter, fourth quarter? So let's see what we do. Let's see, build on that going in. Hopefully it's something, Clark. Hopefully, and I'll wait till the Vanderbilt game, but hopefully it's something that we could really get off to a fast start, get our guys off the field, get young guys some experience. So anyway.
Another thing that was really impressive, we went 5-4-5.
There you go. That's
on
what I'm
all
saying. Yes.
red zone possessions. You mentioned that the other day. Thank goodness that has improved. And, we did just punch it in when we needed to. And so that's good.
That's right. Good. That's right, Clark. I mean, there's games that's going to be this year that when you get inside that 20-yard line, Clark, you got to finish the drive, man. You got to finish the drive. You got to get 7. You can't settle for 3. I think that was very big to see because we had some red zone woes, like you mentioned. And also, Clark, too, we didn't turn the ball over as much. I mean, I know we had one time where Stetson got blindsided and fumbled the football, but we didn't lose the turnover battle.
Right. It was tied.
It was tied. I mean,
1-1.
It really hurts is when you give them about 2 or 3 free possessions.
Exactly.
Like that. So, hey, but, you want to eliminate them all, just period. But still, nonetheless, great job. I think offense, I was fine with it, Clark, especially the second half, man.
Yeah.
I don't see why anybody shouldn't have any just good feel good about it going forward and the pieces in place and pieces that are going to come back stronger.
Other side of the football, Georgia's defense looked great as usual. 10.7 points per game. We lead the SEC in scoring defense this season, ranked 4th nationally. Same kind of defense as last year. Not the same guys, but same kind of defense. We've got those young players stepping up and making some big plays. Auburn had something like 5 or 6 false starts. I think that helped us gain some momentum in this game. We tackled a lot better.
Yes, Clark. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely, man.
So
I agree. When you're tackling better like that, and you're not giving up just stupid yardage after they break a tackle and stuff like that, and you're being more disciplined right there, it really helps a lot, man. And like you said, this defense is going to be elite. I think it's going to be a top 5 defense in the country, and it's hard. You can't say it's going to be better than last year's because, I mean, it's not with all the talent that you lost. But, heck, guys, I mean, we ought to be very excited where we're at with this team. When you've lost that much talent on defense, the guys stepping in and the level of play they're at. And, again, y'all going to get tired of hearing me say this, but it's the truth, guys, and I want to just ingrain in everybody's head because it's true that there's young, talented guys that's going to keep getting better and better. I was very proud of the defensive line, the push that they got and the pressure that they got all day, and I thought at least that they had a good push. And you talk about a defense line that don't have Jalen Carter out there. I mean, guys like Barry Alexander's getting more time out there, Michael Williams, and growing up every week, Clark growing up, Noah Smith got some pressure out there. I tell you one more thing with it, though, is like, again, I talked about earlier in the episode, Clark, I love the inside linebacker play. I love the guys who have rotated there. That's been exciting to see. I think people are going to be like, we need to get the quarterback better. But, golly, you think about it, Clark, we faced a lot of elusive quarterbacks. I think the game has evolved now that I don't think you don't have to just sack the quarterback.
Yeah, you don't have your traditional pocket passers going to sit back and a lot of these guys. Even you think about Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, he was a little more mobile than the Peyton Mannings of the world in the '90s and stuff.
Right. So, well, especially against our defense, I think offensive coordinators are going to scheme to get the ball out release faster. Yeah. You know, like these outside little perimeter quick screens or whatever. They're not going to hold on to the ball as long, Clark. And I think as long as you're getting a push and you're disrupting the quarterback to go through his progressions and everything, and then forcing him to throw a ball that, as long as you're on defense, especially with how we've been, especially this past game, disciplined tackling and really good in open field tackling, man, keeping everything in front of you, you're going to be all right. Yeah. You're going to be all right. And I'm very, very proud of how they played, man. Malachi Starks about got him another pick.
I know. Gosh.
Man.
I wish he had hung on to it. Yeah. Hey, yeah, you're right, Adam. We flushed the quarterback, Ashford, out of the pocket several times. Yeah. Still not getting home, though, getting those sacks. But when you're forcing a quarterback to run out of the pocket, a lot of times, if they're a smart quarterback, they're going to throw it away. Right. You know? Or if they're not smart, they're going to force a pass. And sometimes they'll get lucky. Yeah. And then others, like you said, they'll have them intercepted. So that is a good thing. We are getting pressure, I think. It's not guys breaking free, and we're not seeing a bunch of sacks this year. Right. But we are flushing these quarterbacks out of the pocket. That's good.
And I think if you want to say that, where I think we do need to do a better job of containing. Yeah. Setting the edge. I think there was a couple times where the edge wasn't set that a guy like Robbie Ashford, where his best attribute is his legs. Because, definitely wasn't accurate pass through, because we're going to play a whole lot better offensive lines and quarterbacks as the season goes on. Terrible quarterback play for Auburn yesterday. But, hey, the guys, he was frustrated all game. I mean, he was slamming his helmet down the sidelines because he had no time to make anything happen. And good job of limiting him to really killing you with his legs. But, nonetheless, a great day from our defense, man.
And our run defense looked amazing. Yes. I think we held Tank Bigsby to something under 2 yards per carry.
It was I saw it. This is off the top of my head. 10 carries, 19 yards.
That's awful. I think I could do that.
I don't even know if he's broke 100 total yards in his career against Georgia, because I think last year was about 10 carries for like 21 yards. But 10 carries for 19 yards, Clark.
Once again, I maintain this. He is not very good at Auburn. He's overhyped. Yep. So all my Auburn buddies, y'all can put that narrative to bed.
Auburn people shouldn't be saying anything to people. There's not one leg to stand on.
No.
Not one leg. Any Auburn people could say anything about it.
If there was one leg, they just got it knocked out.
This is where the series is, Clark. We're not going to say, we just played a lights-out football game. And honestly, Georgia fans, we're sitting here. Yeah, there's some we need to get better at this. That probably wasn't our A+ effort.
I'd say it's our B+.
It was a pretty good. Pretty good show. And you can't complain, but you still beat them by 30+ points. Gosh. You covered the spread. The spread was 30. That should say something in itself, that Vegas is saying, hey, it's a 30-point spread. And then, dang, Georgia goes out and covers it. Shoot, man.
Did you take them to cover?
Baby. I did take them to cover, baby.
I got cold feet.
So
it went from 28 to 30, and I got cold feet, and I took Auburn.
But man, it was exciting.
Whatever.
It was exciting. Anytime you beat them 42-10 like that, baby, this team is. Man, we're at such a special place as a program, baby.
Yeah.
That's why people don't be negative. Just enjoy the ride, baby. Enjoy the ride and think where you were at in maybe like the year 2013 at this time. After we just lost consecutive games to Missouri and Vanderbilt going into Jacksonville. Think about where you were there, Clark.
Even if, some people may
Even
not
if
have
you
even
weren't
been
there.
there.
If you weren't even there, hey, but they should know what it's like.
You should go back and see it on YouTube.
But I mean, but you think about this, Clark. About this time in 2013, we had just lost to Missouri, and then we go and we get beat by Vanderbilt in Nashville. So, hey, all I'm saying is remember like it was. Let's count our blessings. Be thankful for where we're at and see what happens. Because, I mean, I think there's going to be it's going to be some special weeks coming up, man.
I'm with you. I think this back half's going to be it's going to be fun.
A lot of memories made. A lot of guys just writing their script, man. Ooh. That's the thing. Don't be the 2021 team. Be the 2022 Georgia Bulldogs.
I like it.
Make a name for yourself.
Yes.
Last year was last year, man. Be the 2022 Georgia Bulldogs. Mm-hmm. Make a name for yourself. Ain't that right? That ain't right.
We got a head nod. Oh, goodness. Okay, last unit, special teams. Hey, great heads-up play by Nolan on the fake punt. Got to give him props.
Good discipline, baby.
Swung a lot of momentum our way.
It did.
And I think it kind of changed the game.
You dang right, baby. You get a short field, and then great on the offense. And when you get a short field and when you get turnovers, baby, you got to capitalize on that. Yeah. So short field, they punched it in, man. Great job, though. I mean, that's kind of you don't see that fake as much as one of the upbacks get the ball, direct snap like that. Mm-hmm. And that good eye discipline, Clark. That's good eye discipline.
Adam.
You look, and good technique, getting off a block, making a play right there, baby.
You got to shimmy.
Love that. Watch them hips. Open field tackling's all about watching them hips, Clark.
We need to be football coaches, Adam. We need to give up this podcasting thing and go out there and show them how to tackle.
You watch the hips, baby. Yeah.
Oh, boy. Hey, Thorson had some great punts, and we pinned Auburn deep a few times in their 15. I mean, we're not pinning it on the one like we did last year, but we are still flipping field, and props to Thorson.
No, I really do. I wanted to talk about him too, Clark, a guy that we said, we might have a drop. Yeah, of course we do, but he had a great game yesterday. Mm-hmm. I think he struck the ball well. I like kind of the let me say this, the spin that was on the football. Okay. Had a good trajectory on it, and I think that kind of spin can make it difficult for a returner to really keep his eye on and be able to field it cleanly at times. So he did hit coffin corner, a lot of good punts there. When he was called upon, a guy who don't get a lot of opportunities to punt, Clark, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. And but hey, when his name was called, he stepped up, man. Yeah. So
another guy that didn't see the field too much was Jackpot. He went out there one time for a field goal, and I mean that's excluding the extra points, I should say. We did miss that field goal, but hey.
Good year. He's like, 13, 15 so far?
Not
field
bad,
goals,
not
man.
Bad.
And
better than
when we've needed him, he's been called upon. So you'll have that, man. Nobody's perfect. So that's good. That's good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Clark. The offense left about 17 points on the field. Yeah, could have easily have scored about 50 plus.
Sure.
Could have easily scored about 50 plus, Clark. Mm-hmm. Easily. I mean, you think about that. We're like, we need to get better. But really about putting up a 50 burger on Auburn. Mm-hmm. That's where we're at as a program right now, Clark.
Shoot, you even think about that fumble right there on the 7 or 8 yard line Auburn had, and we almost hopped on it. I mean, shoot, that's another 7 right there.
You think about that. You think about the deep passes right before halftime that was missed. It should have been about 28-0 going in the half or something like that.
I agree.
But hey, but that's where we're at. I'm like, oh man, we just didn't do this. If we did this, we could have been like, and then we're complaining about that, and we still put up 42 against Auburn. So, hey, great spot we're at.
Yeah,
just want to keep hammering that home, folks.
Agreed. Ladd muffed another punt. God bless him.
I didn't watch.
But Adam, he did make a good return later.
It was funny because I had my head down. I had my headphones on because, as everybody knows, I listened to Scott Howard's broadcast during the game. So I had my headphones on. I was still listening to them, but I had my head tucked in my hand like this, not watching it because I don't like to watch punt. We've talked about that. And I heard Scott Howard say he muffed it, and I jerked up like this. And then I saw where we recovered it, but I was bitter. Oh, man. Yeah. But, hey, he answered with a good return,
he
man.
Did.
After that, a couple good ones, and I don't know. The coaches in practice, he must really do good things back there, and maybe we'll see him break one before the year's over. I think apparently it's been that in practice he has separated himself from Kearis Jackson as being the guy, the return punt. Yeah. So trust coaches on that, but good job. And solid special teams day overall, Clark, I'd say.
Yeah.
Solid.
I agree. All right, 6-0. We're looking for 7-0 this Saturday. UGA versus Vanderbilt. Hey, by the way, we're number one again.
Yes, we did. We hopped them. Bama fell 2 spot. Whatever. Let's be number one. Let's just go.
Yep. Let's play like we're number one now.
Hey, we're number one. We're the number one team in the nation. Let's just keep rolling.
I wonder if this is going to be one of those years where it's you're cursed if you're number one. Like 2007, you know?
Oh yeah, that was only the last weekend.
Yeah.
When you
But anyway, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know why I need to add that detail. We're kicking off at 3:30. SEC Network. Plus, you can watch this on television. That's good.
That's good. That's how it was intended to be.
Yes.
That is how
the good Lord
was intended to be. Was you don't have to go behind a freaking paywall to watch the Georgia Bulldogs play football, man. It's ridiculous. But anyway.
Well, if you think about it, you kind of do have to. I mean, you got to pay for TV, or you got to pay to go to the game.
But
you got
extra. But what I'm saying is,
I know what you mean.
I'm saying, man, it's the man being greedy. I don't like that. I don't like people taking advantage of just good, hardworking American people.
That's right, Adam.
Yeah. All right.
Georgia is a 36.5-point favorite. My goodness gracious.
That's the first time I've saw the line.
36.5. That's what it opened up with. Now, that number does change throughout the week, but golly.
Yeah. All right.
Just right off the bat, knee-jerk reaction. Are you taking the over?
Yeah. Why not?
Not the over. Sorry. Are you going to take the Dogs to cover? This is what I meant.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I am.
All right.
I think I will too.
All right,
homecoming game. Homecoming's great. I've never really been into the festivities, but I know that some people really get into it.
That's good, man. I like that. We're talking about the finer things you enjoy, man. But the homecoming festivities used to be a tradition where the old Georgia cheerleaders from the past that are on up in age a bit, let's just say that back in the day growing up, they used to have the cheerleading stand. That's destructed now. It's not there.
Oh, really?
Must put a stop to it. I don't know. The guy that had
serious?
the guy
you're
that had
right.
the suspenders with the bow tie, and the little jaws that waved the towel around. We did away with them. We had to get that out of there. We got to get
Adam, what year? Now that you say that,
it's gone. It's been gone for a while now, I guess. Maybe last year, the year before. I don't know. But back in the day, when I brought it up was you'd be playing a Vanderbilt or somebody, and you get the
hit 'em a lick.
The older generation. Yes, hit 'em a lick, go Dogs go. And you'd hear the guy with the trumpet with the hat, like the old hat, hit the glory, say, and the students just go crazy and a good time. And I was just like, this is nice and all, but we're playing
football.
But I mean, I can still hear the hit 'em a lick, go Dogs go. Harder. 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bits $1 all for the Georgia Bulldogs stand up. That's cute. That's cute. That's good fanfare and everything. So I'm not going to degrade it, but that is no longer. You get the Red Coat Alumni Band coming out there. Some people get to go back and relive the glory years. That's good. No, I love it, man. I love the University of Georgia. Me and you both are graduates of the University of Georgia.
That's right. Proud
and we love our school. So, hey, man, we're going to go back home and cheer them on. Good times. Good times.
Hey, we beat Vandy 62-0 last year. That was the largest win in series history. We're likely to see a pretty similar beatdown this year, maybe not to that extent.
That was a fun game.
It was.
I mean, you talk about stuff going right up in Nashville that day. I mean, we started off. I've never seen a team just start off just so hot right there, man. It was fun.
We know Vandy's atrocious, but man, when you beat an SEC team, I don't care who it is, 62-0, or any FBS team, 62-0
right that day. It could have been 100-0 that day.
Yeah,
but
Georgia is 59-20-2 against Vandy all time. So. I mean, they beat us early on several times.
Yeah, well, they beat us, and I can tell you when they beat us because it was demoralizing. They beat us in 06.
Yeah.
Beat us in 06.
13.
And
then 16.
Losing to Nashville in 13. Yeah, and then 16, that dang 4th and 1. Anyway, we're not going to get on to that. That 16 game really tore me up. The 13 game did too. And we about, Clark,
and 11
got a little dicey. 07 got a little dicey.
Yes,
a good Georgia team really
Mm-hmm.
didn't show up in Nashville that night. But we were prone to not show up, especially in Nashville against Vanderbilt in the Mark Richt there. I mean, it was what it was. But especially a night game in Nashville. I remember you got puckered up a little bit in those games. I'm telling you did. I'm telling you,
man.
You did. I mean, one of the 05 we went over there. I'll never forget it. Somebody had a little TV and it was the Bush push against Notre Dame that year, where Reggie Bush is legal now, but pushed Matt Leinart in the end zone to win, and they said it was a penalty, but they never called it. But we struggled up in Nashville that night when Jay Cutler was their quarterback, and that 05 SEC championship team had a struggle up there. So there's been times, but not where they're at now. No. Those are definitely days of the past.
11 that we had a scare. Now, was that Jordan Rogers playing then? Was that right?
Yeah, I think he was the quarterback that particular game. That's when Todd Grantham and James Franklin about got into a fist fight.
Oh man, that was. I want to go back and watch that one this week to get fired up about this Saturday.
Yeah, I bet. Rough times, man. That 13 game when Brendan Douglas fumbled that football, and I realized we're up here in Nashville, man. We're about to go back home. We just lost this football game.
Yeah, 16 was awful. I wanted to puke, but at that point in the season, I mean, our season.
That 13 game, that's when we went up and we played we lost to everybody up in Knoxville that year. And we won in overtime, field goal at the end. And I said, this is a team of destiny. With how we beat LSU there, big dramatic win. Beat South Carolina in their heyday with Spurrier.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, we're just reeling off these wins. It's like destiny. We're supposed to just keep going. So after I said that, we followed it up with 2 straight, lost to Missouri at home and then go up to Nashville and get beat. But anyway.
You jinxed us, Adam.
But that's why, hey, look, we tell these stories for people to appreciate where we're at now and to enjoy it and don't take it for granted, baby.
Agreed.
Because we've seen some tough times as Georgia fans. Man. We've been there for every one of them.
Very, very true. Vandy has allowed an average of 36.8 points per game.
Okay.
Woo,
I don't think that's good.
Bad. That is really, really bad. Vandy is coming in 3-3 with wins over Hawaii. The Fighting Timmy Chains.
Oh, the Timmy Chains, man.
Elon.
The worst team in Division I college football.
Elon and Northern Illinois.
Northern Illinois.
Is it Illinois or Illinois?
I call it Illinois.
Okay.
I don't know what they call it up there, but I call it Illinois.
All right, well, I'm going with Illinois, too.
The silent S.
Yes.
And I.
And they've lost to Wake.
S. Okay, anyway.
They've lost to Wake Forest, Alabama, and Ole Miss. And, hey, by the way, for those who did not recognize this or did not see this, Ole Miss was actually getting beat by Vandy going into halftime this past weekend.
I really think they really were getting jacked up about it. And Clark Lee was thinking, this is where I said that everybody knows it's a matter of time before Vanderbilt would be the best football team in the nation, the best program in the nation. He kind of was seeing his dreams come to reality, I bet. Yes. I guarantee he was getting really excited in the locker room. And the faithful up in Nashville are really getting something. We're about to be the top 10 team, man. And here comes the Vanderbilt train just coming down the tracks, loading the coal up in the engine, man. Really just getting jacked. And then when I look at that final score, what it wound up being,
52 to
you know, when you don't have depth in the SEC, man, and you don't make no halftime adjustments.
That's what you get. Woo. Yep. All right. This Saturday, hey, it's going to be a great day.
Okay.
High of 71 with a slight breeze is what the Weather Channel says.
Good.
So can't wait for that.
Man.
3:30 kick too. The sun should be still in the sky, but starting to set a little. We're getting into those
shorter days, baby. Shorter days, shorter days.
Adam, I wonder if Clark Lee, by the way, speaking of him, I wonder if he's revised his team goals. You know, instead of being the national champion this year, like he said, SEC Media Days,
best program in the nation.
Maybe it's just the best team in
winning
Tennessee.
an SEC game.
Winning an SEC game, yeah.
Winning an SEC game would be a good step, achieving that ultimate goal. But hey, it's brick by brick. Somebody said that. A legendary coach in Tennessee.
Very true.
A legendary coach in Tennessee, one Butch Jones, was talking about brick by brick. So the bricklayer, maybe Clark Lee needs to instill that message in the team, man. That we need to be patient. That's what it's telling the fan base, the Vanderbilt brass right now, the diehards.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to take time. But lost 23 straight SEC games?
Oh, yeah.
Not good.
Make it 24.
Not good.
This team was, hold up. Let's go back a little bit. Mike Wright. Okay. He was the kid the quarterback, number 5, started for Vandy.
Put on a clinic at the Island in week 0.
Oh, my goodness.
Really?
I was sweating bullets watching the kid.
Talk about, this is what the media does, Clark. In every, just going to say, this is what the media does in every aspect of life. I'm just going to go say, the SEC, everybody after that big win and that big performance against Timmy Chang's Hawaii Warriors had Mike Wright interviewed on the SEC network. Boy. I mean, that Mike Wright hype train was just in full force. and then he's benched now.
He's benched.
Just,
to who, Adam?
A.J. Swan.
A.J. Swan.
Great quarterback name. A.J. Swan. I like that. Great Vanderbilt quarterback name.
I like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
I really hadn't seen him play.
No,
I hadn't watched Vanderbilt. I watched him against Alabama a little bit, and then I watched him against Hawaii when they went off and had the big historic program win. But I don't know. I guess A.J. Swan, from the little I've seen, he doesn't look like really much of a dual threat. He looks more of a pocket passer.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. He could be a dual threat, but he didn't appear to be. I'm just going to go ahead and say,
there
judge the bull by his cover, okay, Clark?
Right.
And I do not think he's very mobile.
Okay.
So, therefore, it should be a good day for the defense to feast and get those sacks and everybody.
There you go. There you go. Pads and stats.
There you go. Yeah.
They do have a guy named Ray Davis. He'll get the bulk of the carries running back.
Okay.
And also Vandy's defense is atrocious. So, if we can't move the ball on these guys, we're in some trouble.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Clark, if we're not, if the starters don't have their shoulder pads off by halftime or a little bit after half, and then we need to reevaluate some things. For this team
do we need to reevaluate our head coach and his?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But Auburn.
That was just a joke, sarcasm.
Yes. Woo.
Oh, don't need anybody saying the row 6 he's calling for Kirby Smart.
Yeah.
Making us sarcasm.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. All right, some keys to the game. We're going to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yes,
it's got to be that way, both sides of the football. Find a rhythm offensively. Get going from the beginning, from the get-go. Get going. Have some fun out there, and then, just stay healthy. So that's it. Pretty simple.
I think that's the big thing is staying healthy, man. Go ahead, start early, get some points on the board, jump up to like a 21-0 lead. First quarter, look smooth doing it, man. Work on some things, man. Work on some things, and hopefully we get to a point where we can work on some stuff that maybe Coach Smart wants to see in a game situation and get there. And I think the most pivotal thing is being able to, like you said, get out with no injuries and get younger guys in there with more experience, more game reps, especially against SEC opponents, even if it is Vanderbilt, is the most valuable thing these younger guys can have to grow, and it'll pay off for when we need them later on in the year, man. So hopefully it'll be a game that we can develop a lot of guys in, Clark. Sure. That's going to be the big win of the night, outside of course, winning the football game first and foremost, is injury free and getting young guys a lot of reps. Going into the off week and then improving more from there. So sets up good, man. I mean, as a Georgia fan, you couldn't ask for how the schedule's laid out any better. It's just all about making sure we don't have some major losses on Saturday, but get a win, man, and get rested. So exciting.
First play from offensive scrimmage, Adam. I'm going with a counter.
You love a
Kenny Mack
counter
for a 6-yard gain. I love a counter.
You like seeing that step,
yes,
the opposite
the
direction,
counter
they
step,
come back and
boom.
I like it.
And you got some guards pulling, they just smash. And then what's best is when you send a tight end in motion, and they go, and you can't crack block anymore like you used to.
Yeah.
But man, there's something about kicking out that end or that linebacker and just shooting up. Nice. Right off the tackle.
I love that, baby.
Oh, man, that gets me fired up. I love the counter. Adam, what play are you going? I'm
going again with a little play action boot. I love the little play action boot, the little waggle to the outside there, and I'm going to go with a little Darnell Washington, a little release off the line, and a little 3-yard dump off route that he bulldogs over some people, bulldozes over some people.
I like that.
Bulldogs over some people. Just kind of breaks their wheel, gets about an 8-10 yard gain on that.
Okay,
play,
I like it.
Maybe hurdles the guy. So that's what I'm going with.
We'll see.
Okay.
I don't even, Adam, the sad part is I don't even remember what I say. Like during the game, I forget. So we'll have to listen back to what we say and then evaluate.
Yes.
Okay, last week's pick'em. Number 17 TCU at number 19 Kansas. I guess these numbers don't apply anymore because these rankings have changed. But TCU ended up winning 38-31.
Yep.
Didn't get to watch this game, but
I missed it, man. I missed it. Big game for both of them. Sonny Dykes, first year TCU, doing good, man. Doing good. Undefeated again, and for the first time since 17, we're going 5-0, and now 6-0. I don't know if that's 5, but anyway, nonetheless, big win, big road win for them against a Kansas team with a lot of momentum. TCU right in the driver's seat to make that Big 12 championship game now, Clark. So good for them. Man.
Wait. Could you imagine if TCU goes on and wins the Pac-12, or sorry, not the Pac-12, the Big 12, and makes it in the playoff? I guess it's not too far-fetched.
Yeah, I mean, if they go undefeated, we'll see. There's a lot to see. I can't wait. During the bye week, we'll break down some playoff predictions.
Oh, I like it.
You know, the show leading up to the bye.
Let's do it. Tennessee at LSU. Tennessee ended up winning this game big, 40-13. You could almost sense that this game was over at the kickoff because LSU fumbled. They muffed the kickoff, and Tennessee recovered.
They did.
Immediately put up 7 points.
And never let go of the momentum, man. And good. It's hard to go into Baton Rouge and do what they did. Poor quarterback play from LSU. Tennessee rolled. Those fans up in Rocky Top, boy, they feeling it, Clark. They are. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
I was about to say, I want them to be feeling it until they come into Athens, Georgia. And we're going to wait. We're going to wait to speak our mind on that.
I hope that they are at the peak of the highest mountain in the freaking Smokies right now. I hope that is where all their fans are, man. I hope they are just busting out. You know, a bunch of them have had to go in the back of the closet and pull out the old starter.
Or Adidas.
Adidas, not late 90s edition, you know, jackets that they got.
Right.
And really getting that Tennessee pride, feeling like it is the late 90s, man. Feeling like Philip Fulmer is leading them to the promised land. You know, I hope that's what they're doing up there. I really hope they're bought into it. I hope they have hotel reservations in Atlanta for that first week in December. I hope that their buy-in, it just grows more and more, Clark, because the fall is going to be beautiful. But it could come this week. It could come this week, but we'll see. We'll see. I hate them.
Yep,
I hate them.
We're going to save our thoughts, our feelings, our opinions about that Georgia-Tennessee game until later. Moving on, Red River rivalry. I said it right that time. Texas versus Oklahoma. Texas smoked Oklahoma 49-0. This wasn't even close. It didn't matter if Dylan Gabriel played. They got smoked.
That was bad. I didn't watch 1 second of this football game, but the score is all I need to know. Texas fans are fired up. Had some bad luck in Dallas in that game for a while, so a lot of built-up frustration let out. I'm sure they were fired up. Ooh, Oklahoma fans, man, they're kind of thinking they might be falling back into what they were for a lot of our lifetime. Bob Stoops and then Lincoln Riley, they've always been in the run for a championship, right? At least Big 12 championships, about since you can remember college football. But Clark, before Bob Stoops, there was a period in the 90s where they were a very mediocre Oklahoma football team, very mediocre, and maybe that's where they're heading. And Brett Venables, he does not look like head coaching material, man.
The honeymoon is over.
I mean, it's not like it was a depleted cupboard.
No.
Like the cupboard was
not bare.
It was stocked pretty good. Yeah. They probably made a grocery store run there not too long ago. You know, it wasn't bare at all, man. And so there's some talent to win some football games, but it seems like they have derailed. It'll be interesting to see what comes to play in Norman, Oklahoma, but I expect another loss or two for them, man. Yeah. I don't know. I like seeing that the Clemson coordinators who have gone off to be head coaches are struggling because Tony Elliott's Virginia team looks atrocious. Yeah. Brennan Armstrong, a highly regarded quarterback going into the season, looks abysmal in Tony Elliott's offense, and I love it.
And then you look at Kirby's guys. Pittman's doing pretty good. Yep. Mel Tucker. Maybe not. Never mind. And then Shane Beamer. Hey, speaking of Shane Beamer, look at this transition, Adam.
Oh, nice.
South Carolina, you called it with the upset of the century.
Like I said, Clark, Shane Beamer just playing some 4D chess. I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say, but used a hurricane to bump his game up against South Carolina State to Thursday night and saying, hey, I'm going to give my guys 2 extra days of prep and 2 extra days of rest before we have to go to Lexington, Kentucky for a big night game. And
hey,
that's using Mother Nature on your shot, making the best that you can out of a bad situation. And I'm not
pivoting.
And God bless those people who are affected by it. Thoughts and prayers to them. But that's that's how it fell and set up. And I know he didn't skip, but nonetheless, took advantage of it. And I thought, oh man, you just don't give Shane Beamer. Oh, did you see Shane Beamer? Our boy Shane Beamer, Clark. He, when he did his little video during the SEC Media Days, we talked about that in one of the season previews where he went in there with the sunglasses and the microphone.
Right.
And all right. So did that song.
Turn my swag on.
Turn my swag on. Great hit. Okay. But anyway, when he turned his swag on, and Mark Stoops didn't like his swag, so he called him out the SEC media days. You remember that?
I do.
So Shane, wanting to get back at him, gets in the locker room and kind of calls Stoops out for it. Puts on the sunglasses again, puts his backward hat on, and just gets fired up about some swag. Get the swag on, man.
The swag
he turned it on up again and really gut punched old Mark Stoops over there, man.
You got to watch that video.
When you get beat by Shane Beamer, that's pretty tough because Shane, I've noticed, God bless him, Clark. It's like he wins the national championship every game. He cries after they win every single game.
It's sad.
I mean, we got to tone that down, Shane. We got to
you're
tone
a
that
Division
down,
I
man.
football head coach.
When South Carolina wins a football game, we don't have to cry. We need to act like we've been there a little bit, but
unless you beat, I don't know. Hold on. Unless you beat Alabama for the national championship, you're allowed to cry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. But Shane, when just getting a big SEC East win in Kentucky.
24-14.
But anyway, I knew there was some bad blood right there. But Shane Beamer gets the last laugh on Mark Stoops.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
24-14 was the final on that one. Will Levis didn't play, by the way. I don't know if that really even mattered.
Yeah, and I didn't know that when we recorded the last episode.
Yeah, me neither.
Well,
and then this one, man, this was a close one. And we were dead wrong about the outcome of this one.
I've never been more wrong about a game in my life for months. I've been calling.
Yeah. Texas A&M at number 1 Alabama. Now they're number 3.
Yeah.
Alabama won 24-20. A&M, if you did not see this game, go to YouTube right now and watch the last play of this football game. Oh, my gosh. A&M about won this game. They were on the 2-yard line with 3 seconds left, and they threw a stinking comeback route, incomplete, and lost.
Hey, Clark, look, you could just pay me about $100K, not $95 million, like Jimbo said, to dial up a play like that in a big situation. Because you know what I would have called? I could name you a list of plays that would have been better than that comeback route to the pylon. That was a very low percentage chance of making. Even if he released the ball a little bit quicker. Yeah. I, for one, being the offensive guru that I am, Clark,
Tell us.
Of course, I am. I would have rolled my quarterback out, Clark, and give him a little bit of option. Give him some more options. You know what I would have done? What? I would have had my outside receiver come in like on a slant. Yeah. But then I would have released the guy from the line, so you get the defense flowing there a little, like a pick play kind of. Then you got your quarterback can run it in, or he's got his option. And I would have had another guy on the level in the back of the end zone, one in the front of the end zone. So you got an option to run it in there, or heck, you would have been better just doing a quarterback sneak than that. I think, or draw. Excuse me.
I was about to say, I really genuinely think you could have lined up and just ran the football.
Yeah.
Running back dive up the A gap.
Yes.
For a
better
touchdown.
than that.
I'm serious.
I don't know.
The comeback route makes no sense in that situation. I know we're harping on this a little bit, but you run. What you're supposed to do is run about 4 or 5 yards into the end zone and then sprint to the pylon. But it seemed like he went maybe 2 yards or 1 into the end zone, and then even had he caught the ball, he would have been not even in the end zone.
Did you see where the Alabama quarterback said he could read, or he either heard or read Jimbo's lips that he was naming the receiver that they were going to, yelling his name repeatedly. They knew he was going to get the football, which he was their best receiver. Everybody knew that's probably where they were going with it. But anyway, I got it completely wrong. I thought it was going to be a bloodbath, even with Bryce out, but.
Shout out to A&M.
College football, you never know. Yeah. You never know. But Alabama did everything they could to lose that football game. Missed multiple field goals, multiple turnovers. Man, A&M did have their starting quarterback out as well, but A&M had every chance to win that game. Mm-hmm. I mean, Alabama basically just put it on a platter for them, and they still couldn't do it.
That's a good way of putting it.
They did.
Another team from Alabama won. The West Alabama Tigers, Adam, beat the Valdosta State Blazers. The flame was extinguished. 34.
That's good.
Thank you. 34-31.
Okay.
Our Georgia boys down south, they ended up losing a close one.
That is a close one. That's a heartbreaker, man. You just got to go to practice and you got to get better and you got to flush that one. You could rehash it when the season is, but you got to look forward to the next week and move on.
Yeah. Any idea who they're playing next week?
Valdosta State. You need to just move on.
Yeah.
You need to move on. Yeah. Flush that from your memory.
Agreed.
Just get better each and every day.
Boom. This week's pick'em, here we go. Number 10, Penn State at number 5, Michigan. That's 12 o'clock, Fox.
Big noon. Big noon.
This is a good game. And I believe, wait a minute, is Penn State undefeated?
I think they are.
I believe they are.
Yeah. I mean, smoked Auburn on the Plains.
Yeah.
About like we did on the right. Clark, I don't know. Penn State at Michigan. I'll go ahead and pick it, man.
Okay.
That's a good game. That's a real good game. I like this game. Not many games in the Big Ten that I like, but I like this one. I'm still going to go with the Wolverines, man. Give me Michigan at home just because they're in Ann Arbor.
Sure.
I would be picking the opposite way if this game was in Happy Valley and at State College.
Adam, I'm going to go with Michigan for the same exact reason. It's
there you
at
go.
home in the big house.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
give me the
Michigan's
Wolverines.
looking pretty competent, like a competent football team. So that'll be a fun game. Big noon, Fox. Give me the Wolverines, baby.
All right. Number 3, Alabama. At number 6, Tennessee.
Bing. I'm gonna miss that next year because the Big Ten is gonna have that. That's just sacrilegious. We needed to buy the rights. You think that we could offer CBS for the rights for the jingle?
Are you talking about row 60 or just
the row 60
SEC fans collectively?
Yeah. I mean, anything just to not let the Big Ten have it. Imagine when you're the Michigan-Indiana game, or this one, the Michigan-Penn State game would be on CBS, and they tune into State College and Happy Valley, and then you hear that jingle.
Makes me want to puke.
That's just ridiculous, man. But anyway,
all right. Well, Alabama at Tennessee, man, I tell you, this is going to be a good football game. College game day is going.
Oh, they're going back?
Yeah, this is going to be
they're thinking it's going to be a magical year. Yes. Now, I mean, I'm telling you, those guys up in Knoxville are juiced up there in Tennessee,
they are.
man. They are juiced. They are juiced.
So are you going with the Vols or the Tide?
Well, I want to know, as of the recording of this, we have no idea if Bryce Young's going to play or not.
Right.
If Bryce Young plays, I think Alabama will score about every possession because I think Tennessee's defense, especially their secondary, is bad. And I think they will win like 45-31.
Oh, I like that.
So that's going to be my pick with Bryce Young playing because I bet they will trot him out there. But, hey, if he's not 100%, I don't know. Tennessee might beat him, and that crowd is going to be electric. Now, I'm telling you, Clark, me and you have both been to Tennessee, and it's been a long time since Tennessee fans have had a lot to cheer for when we've been in Neyland. But I remember in 2015 when Georgia got beat up there, we were in attendance. That was one of the loudest stadiums I've ever been in.
Yeah.
And they're feeling it. I think this is probably the most momentum that they've had and feel the best about their program that they have in a long time. Very passionate, hungry fan base, 100K strong, the hatred for Alabama. They're way due to beat Alabama.
They are.
Saban's 15-0 against them.
Yeah.
So I'm still going Alabama with Bryce Young playing, but let me just say this, and I'll give it to you. If Bryce Young doesn't play, I think Tennessee, I just completely contradict myself, but without Bryce Young playing, Tennessee might rout them, Clark. When I mean rout them, they might beat them by 14 if Bryce Young doesn't play. Look, and they play like they did against A&M, man.
Yeah, that's true. But Alabama, I don't know. Alabama, whenever you doubt them, right? Whenever they're knocked down a couple notches, whenever they're told,
that's true. That's true.
They find ways to win. Give me the Tide. I don't care who's
You don't
playing.
care who's quarterback.
I really don't.
Okay.
It's going to be a close one, and I do think Tennessee's a good football team, and it just makes me cringe to even say that. But Alabama,
they can't play defense, Paul.
They really can't. 37-34 field goal.
Okay. Dang. Oh, that would demoralize him.
That really would.
Crowd footage if that happened.
Oh, I know.
But I mean, Bryce Young plays though. I think they're going to score at will.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm going with you though. Alabama.
I can't
Alabama.
wait. This is going to be on the phone as we are watching the
Dawgs.
Georgia Vanderbilt game.
Like it.
Yeah.
Like it. Okay.
Now, obviously, Georgia takes precedence, so just
of course
understand that, people. We're not trading Alabama and Tennessee football for Georgia football, but it will be on the same time. So, Oklahoma State at TCU 8 versus number 13. A lot of ranked matchups this week. 3:30 ABC. Ooh. Well, I'll be honest. I haven't watched much of either of these teams.
Who won the Oklahoma State Texas Tech game? I completely forgot. I don't know.
I think.
Did Texas Tech wind up beating them? I don't know. It don't matter to me. I'm still going with the TCU Horned Frogs, man.
Okay.
Yep. Give me the Frogs.
I'm going to go with Mike Gundy. I just like Mike Gundy.
Okay.
And his hair.
All right. Well, do it.
And the Cowboys, the Pokes.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I really have no other reason to pick Oklahoma State. A good ACC matchup here. Number 15 NC State at 18 Syracuse. 3:30 ACC Network. Who do you like?
I don't know if you go up to the Carrier Dome and get out alive.
Oh, really?
Ask Dabo. Yeah. He not here right now. Give me the Syracuse Orange and Dino Babers, putting it on Dave Doran's NC State Wolfpack.
I'm going to go with the Orange as well, Adam, because I love their mascot. It's just a big blob.
Oh, yes.
It's literally just a blob of orange.
Yes, I love it. I love it with a hat. Wear the ball cap, man. That is good. It is a good one. I agree.
And the Carrier Dome's cool. That's one of the places I would like to go. Just visit.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Go see. Another good ACC matchup, and this one's a sneaky good one. This one isn't going to be on everybody's list, but number 4 Clemson at Florida State, 7:30 ABC in Tallahassee.
And it is a rivalry game, Corey.
It is a rivalry game. Yes.
Yes, it is. Oh, man, 7:30. I love that, man. That's exciting. I need Florida State to get a little bit better to start beating Clemson some. Because, I mean, our hate for Clemson on the Row 60 podcast, we make it evident each and every time we can allow it. But, Clark, I am going with Clemson again. Okay. I think DJ Uyunglele has kind of figured some stuff out, man. They're playing good ball. As much as I hate to say it, and we'll talk about it when we talk about kind of our playoff predictions at the halfway point or at the bye week when we get the chance. Clemson's schedule sets up that they could run the table again this year, or maybe just one loss. But I don't see it in Tallahassee. Clemson's going to beat Florida State, Clark.
Yeah, I'm with you. I hate Clemson. It's going to be a close one, though. I will say that. It's going to be close. DJ, he does look like the DJ that we kind of thought he should be at the very beginning of his college career. So I think he's coming into his own a little bit. Maybe. I don't know, though. They haven't played very good competition, if you ask me.
No, they haven't.
NC State does not count in that, but whatever. No. I digress. All right. Number 16, Mississippi State at number 22, Kentucky, 7:30 SEC Network. How does Kentucky keep getting these home night games? I don't understand.
Fan base, man. That's lucky. We're not even going to have one home game at night this year, I think. Prediction. Well, Clark, go ahead. I'll let you choose this one first.
Okay, I'm going to go with Mike Leach's Bulldogs. They're looking good. They're looking good. Will Rogers, this whole offensive scheme is working now, and I don't know if Kentucky will have Will Levis back, but I don't really think it matters.
I think Will Rogers without playing, even if he did play. So I tell you, man, Mississippi State. That game going to Starkville, especially after a big emotional home game against a potentially really good Tennessee team, coming off of the big Jacksonville game that you have every year. That's a high energy game. It's looking more and more scary every week going to Starkville. But anyway, we got time to get to that. Mike Leach and those guys are rolling pretty good the last 2 weeks against Arkansas and Texas A&M. I think they're going to win about the same score that they have against those guys. I think it's going to be something. Kentucky really can't find an offense right now. Give me the Bulldogs 41-17 in Lexington.
Yeah, could be that. Oh, man. I don't know. Maybe Kentucky's defense will slow them down. They do have a decent defense. We'll see. Number 7, USC at number 20, Utah, 8 o'clock, Fox. A little Pac-12 action. Yep. Is that considered after dark, though? I mean, it is 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
You consider that?
Yeah, as I say, that's not the late night game.
Yeah.
I mean, the late night game, we tee that off about 10:30 Eastern time, but it's a night. But no, it's not. Yeah, I am now, like we have talked about, I'm one of the Pac-12 after dark
aficionados.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So no, that is not one of the Pac-12 after dark game is a real good one. That one is going to be like Colorado versus Washington State.
Just a barn burner.
And Pullman.
Oh, man.
Anyway, Clark, I think this game, they're in the same division, if I'm not mistaken, in the Pac-12 South, I believe. Game 4, who's probably going to represent that division? I think it's going to be USC, Clark. I think it's going to be USC. That's going to be a tough game, but I think USC wins. Utah deflated after getting beat by UCLA in the Rose Bowl in front of 7,000 people. Yeah. Hey.
I don't know. I think Utah, I've watched a little bit of them, especially when they played Florida.
Yeah.
And I've watched some USC football because that is always on late at night on Saturdays. Adam, just from the eye test, I'm going to go with Utah at home. I really am.
All right, there you go.
Cam Rising and company.
Good week of football, man. I'm excited for it.
Oh, yeah.
This is where it's getting big.
Yes. And we've got one more game, and it's the most important game. The game of the week, Adam.
Hit that jingle, Clark.
We're going to Massachusetts.
Ooh, all right. Good football played in Massachusetts. Yes. I think of college football. When I think of Massachusetts, I think of college football.
Do you really?
Not clam chowder, not the Red Sox, not Paul Revere. Not the Revolution. Not Aerosmith.
Whoa.
I think of college football, man.
No, you need to back off the Aerosmith talk now. I'm just kidding. Oh, no. All right, we've got two great teams. I think they're great. Bentley Falcons at Assumption Greyhounds. 1 o'clock p.m.
Greyhounds is a great name.
Yeah,
I hope they actually come in like the stadium on a Greyhound bus. The team comes on a Greyhound bus. That would be
amazing.
That would be good. That would be good. That would
like
be
Clemson
good.
does. They're really overrated introduction.
Yes, absolutely.
We do need to pitch that to Assumption.
All right.
Weather report. Here we go. Sunny with a high of 60 and a low of 44.
Ooh, beautiful weather. Beautiful weather.
Good
Clark.
crispness.
Yes, the fans are going to be blessed that day.
Yeah.
Blessed to be in the stands that
Some
day.
fun facts about Bentley. Both of these teams, by the way, are in Massachusetts. Bentley University is ranked #1 by the Princeton Review for the best colleges for career services in 2019.
Career services. What?
I have literally zero idea what that means, but that is the most.
That's cool, though.
That's cool. Honestly, the most interesting fact about Bentley.
If you got something to flaunt it, baby. I'm all for that. Let them know. Let them know who you are. I like it. That's good. I'll applaud them for it. That's good.
Yeah, let's give them a clap.
Being one of the top career services
College
institutions.
Yeah. They do have some very good intramural sports. One of those being Ultimate Frisbee, Adam. They were crowned the 2014 Division III USA Ultimate National Champions.
Good, man. That's good.
Good on them.
Good on them, man. That's a tough game to play. I used to play it growing up a little bit. You know, it's hot. You got to have some good hand-eye coordination and good footwork.
Yes, agility.
Agility. I mean, you got to be an athlete to do that because you got to use your pivot and some weird throw motions to advance the Frisbee down the field.
That's a good word to use, advance. Yeah. Some notable alumni. Jay Leno is the former host of the Tonight Show.
Jay Leno.
Oh, Leno? Oh, man. I'm going to get
Jay Leno.
I'm going to get roasted for that one.
Have you ever heard of Jay Leno?
I have. No, I've heard of Jay Leno.
Can you see the guy?
Yes. I know. He's got like gray.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. That's good.
I at least know what he looks like, but I'm going to get roasted for the pronunciation.
I would say probably the better of all the late night show hosts. All the rest, never mind.
Well, anyway, Adam, he attended one semester. He went to Bentley for one semester.
Good for him.
And it makes you wonder, like, why did he only go once?
I don't know.
Did he get kicked out is what I was thinking.
I love it. That's good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him. Their mascot is Flex the Falcon.
Oh, man.
What do you think about Flex,
I like
Adam?
Flex, man. I tell you what, though, he kind of looks like a character off that Angry Birds app that they used to have on the phone back a few years ago.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
A good strong beak. I like that it's kind of cracked. You know, that gives it a more realistic touch. That he's kind of breathing. You know, it's not just lock-jawed.
Good word.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Good uniformly shaped head. Good spark in his eye.
Yeah.
The color's good. Kind of a rip from the Air Force Falcons. They're blue, but that's okay. I like it. I like it. That's good. Good strong mascot for Bentley.
Good mascot indeed. They're 4-2 on the season. Pretty strong wins. Also, by the way, Flex the Falcon. We need to wish him a happy birthday.
Okay.
Apparently, his birthday is September 30th.
All right.
So just passed.
Happy birthday, Flex.
Happy birthday, Flex, from the Row 60
There we
family.
Go.
And then last but not least, let's talk about Assumption. Assumption. Like, where did you come up with that name, the founder? Why in the world would you name your school Assumption? But anyway, he did.
Nice.
It's a Catholic school. Brian Kelly is an alumni.
Damn.
So that's where he went to school. Their mascot is Pierre the Greyhound. Are you ready for this one, Adam?
I'm ready for Pierre.
Hold up just a second.
Oh, that's gold. I like it. Looks good.
Look at his muscle definition. His tone.
Strong biceps and forearms right there, Clark.
Yeah.
I like it. And the dog collar. The dog collar with the name plate on it. I like it. Name tag on it. That's good. That's
I like the ears, too.
That's got my vote. That's the better of it. That's the better of it. Stands tall, too. That mascot's got to be over 7 foot.
Probably so.
Jeez, that's a big mascot. Anyway.
This is homecoming for Assumption, Adam.
Okay.
So big game for the Assumption Greyhounds taking on the Bentley Falcons. And they are 3-1. Assumption is 3-1 on the season. Their first game, they beat the 13th ranked team in D2 football 3-0.
All right, nice.
maybe
Clark.
D3.
Nice.
Anyway.
Nice.
So with all that, who are you taking?
I'm going with Assumption, baby.
Oh.
Give me Assumption at home, homecoming. They're not going to lose this football game, Clark. The Greyhounds roll, baby.
Give me a score.
I'm going to go with 31 to 20. 31-20.
I like
31-20. That's what I'm going with.
Actually, no, I don't like that score, Adam, because Bentley, the Falcons, are going to peck the Greyhounds.
All right, then. All right, but go with it.
And I'm going with a score of 43 to 23.
All right.
I don't exactly know how those points will add up.
There you go. We'll see. We'll see.
Score.
So we're split on the 60 podcast, baby.
Oh, my gosh. All right, number 1, Georgia takes on Vandy this week,
baby.
this Saturday, 3:30. SEC Network. Can't wait for this game. Can't wait to be back in Athens once again. It's always great to go to Athens.
Yes, sir.
And give me the Dogs, Adam. Give me the Dogs big. I'm going to say 40. No, you know what? We're going to 50 mark. 52. And I keep saying 3, but 3. I'm going to go 52.
About hit my score right in the head. Yeah. I'll go with it anyway then, Clark. I'll go with it anyway. Yes, Clark, we got a great matchup, man. Exciting, always good SEC game in Sanford. Over the halfway point of the season, Clark. Going to learn a lot about our football team coming up in this second half. Great schedule. Vanderbilt, then a bye week, then Jacksonville, baby. This is the time to really dial in and get focused about this team. This is going to be the stretch that's going to define this football team after this Vanderbilt game. And why that's important this Vanderbilt game is to get out of there without any injuries, play a smooth game, grow, and I'm excited, man. I think you're going to see a lot of guys get some touches, a lot of guys show off, a lot of guys that really in sync on defense and offense, man. It's going to be a good showing. Georgia will be ranked number 1 still after this game. 55-3, Georgia rolls. Defense causes some turnovers. Offense moves the ball at will, man. Starters are going to be showered and pads off after halftime, baby. Stetson Bennett won't take a snap after halftime. Dogs roll, 55-3.
Yes,
go Dogs,
go
baby.
Dogs.
Ooh, 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 ooh.